What's up, everybody? Welcome to SLC Puck! It's the podcast with Big Tusk Energy. Look at that, huh? I'm your host, Austin Facer. I'm joined, as I am every Sunday, by my lovely and talented sister, Sammy Facer, who wears a lot of hats on the show.
Yes.
She is the chief content officer at times. She's a marketing wizard. She is my assistant, my personal assistant in many ways. Videographer, camera person. That's right. By the way, I got you a press pass for an event as my camera person coming up. I'll talk more about that in just a little bit. But if you're new to the show, and you might be, this is a show about hockey in Utah, SLC Puck. It's the show with Big Tusk Energy. Now, you might be wondering what Big Tusk Energy is.
Yes.
And speaking of hats, by the way, I've got it on my head right now. Big Tusk Energy. Big Tusk Energy, right? It's kind of an attitude.
Yes.
It's a mentality. It's a lifestyle.
Yes.
It's a calling card. It's for fans that know what they're packing. I'll tell you that.
I was gonna say, hopefully people can put some two and two together. But your podcast actually started out with Big Nick Energy.
That's right.
You know, which is a play off of something else.
Right. Thank you, Sam.
Big Nick Energy.
Keep in mind, children are watching the show.
Yes. And then you've evolved into Big Tusk Energy.
That's right.
There are too many Nicks.
And we're just starting to get some tusks.
Yes,
you know, I think as the Utah Mammoth name kind of crystallized as what would be the permanent identity for the Utah Hockey Club, I thought to myself, like, you know, there's got to be some sort of rallying cry that, you know, I can make for my listeners. SLC Puck, you know, the Puckers, right? But what do we have? We have attitude.
Yeah.
Like I said, we know what we're packing. We've got Big Tusk Energy as fans of the Utah Mammoth. So I came up with that slogan and that lifestyle brand.
Late night shower thought?
It was a late night shower thought that I have, and you know, it's where a lot of my best ideas come from. So again, right before the team announced the name, I just kind of had this feeling, just with the leak of the name on the YouTube channel. And all the things that were happening around, you know, the name, the voting, I think went very well for Mammoth. So I could just kind of had this feeling that the Mammoth was going to be the name for the Utah Hockey Club. So I rushed, Sam.
Yes.
I rushed out of the shower.
Yes.
I was still wet from the shower when I had this thought.
I think you texted us while you were still in the shower to tell us.
I do that from time to time. I do take my phone in the shower, which is not a good trait. And I rushed to the trademark office here, and I filed the trademark.
Yes.
We'll put this up on the screen for Big Tusk Energy.
Okay.
Because I just had a feeling. I'm like, I could print some shirts. I could make some hats up. It's a good name. It's a good expression. It works well with Mammoth branding. I purchased the URL, bigtuskenergy.com, which, by the way, would take you to this fantastic website right here where you can get all this Big Tusk Energy merch and whatnot. Not affiliated with the Utah Mammoth or the NHL, just, you know, parody fan stuff, you know. It's all pretty cheap, too. It's under $25 right now. And so I encourage people to head over to bigtuskenergy.com. But I felt like this was like a good idea. I thought it was a good slogan. And I'll tell you who else thought it was a good idea, as it turns out. One of my heroes, one of my absolute comedy heroes. I'm wearing a Lion King shirt right now because the person that I'm referring to was in this film. He played Zazu, the bird.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I am like a huge fan of this person. I'm talking, of course, about John Oliver, host of Last Week Tonight. You might say SLC Puck, in large measure, is very much inspired by Last Week Tonight because it's basically just one person rambling at a desk, being, you know, insane and passionate and stuff. So there's a lot of John Oliver influence here.
Yes.
And as it turns out, there's a lot of Austin Facer influence on John Oliver, as it would seem. Because look at this, dude. Look at this. Look at this. I'll explain what this means in a second, but look at this banner right here. Big Tusk Energy. Sound familiar, Sam? You're like, what the heck is this? Where did this come from? And what does that have to do with John Oliver? I'll tell you what, all right? So last night, I'm coming to you guys on July 20th, 2025. John Oliver put this into effect. He did, you know, on his show Last Week Tonight, they do all kinds of goofy, fun stuff, costumes, all of that. very much like SLC Puck, you might say, only about newsy stuff.
Yeah.
He wanted to rebrand a minor league franchise, minor league baseball franchise,
Yes.
research a team and the area that surrounds it, and come up with a fun alternate branding. This is something that minor league baseball teams do. They have like a fun, quirky alternate branding. He chose the Erie Seawolves in Pennsylvania,
Okay.
and the alternate branding he came up with them was the Moon Mammoths. Mammoths, right?
Mammoths,
The
yes.
Mammoths are coming up in a big way
Yes,
right now.
they are.
Sports teams being named Mammoth or Mammoths. They're having a moment.
Yes.
And you can see here he's got a fun, fuzzy character here.
Does the mammoths? Does he have a name?
I think it's Fuzz or something like that.
Oh,
Fuzz. Yeah,
okay.
something. Yeah, I think it's Fuzz with 2 Z's. But anyway, Moon Mammoth. That doesn't. What does that have to do with what? They're Erie, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
There's some fun research, right? They found a mammoth skeleton. They found mammoth fossils near the area. It was discovered by a guy whose last name was Moon, so they call it the Moon Mammoth.
Okay.
It's in a museum over there. So anyway, a lot of fun, a lot of playfulness, a lot of eccentricness, you might say, with the Moon Mammoth. It's a cute logo too, very cute. But just check out how they put this into work right here. Big Tusk Energy. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Where did that come from? Oh, I don't know. Maybe from the guy who filed the trademark for it on on May 6th, 2025. Holy cow, Sam! I cannot believe John Oliver
I'm gonna
would
laugh
do this
if
to
they
me.
like made those signs on May 5th or something.
Don't you dare, Sam. Don't you? I'm pretty sure that they no, I'm not even going to entertain that notion at all. But again, look at how hysterical this is. They have this video right here, Sam. Bob Costas narrates the unveiling of the Moon Mammoths.
It says right there.
Right there. They're introducing the character right there. I'm not going to play this video, but he's here and he's huge. The Moon Mammoth, I'm reading the tweet here. The Moon Mammoth's official mascot has landed, and he's bringing the Big Tusk Energy. Are you kidding me? Are you out of your mind, Erie Seawolves, John Oliver? How could you do this? How could you do this to me? I am so enraged right now. I don't
But
see.
also so happy.
I'm so happy. This is the happiest I've ever been. It's so validating to feel this way. I know this is a hockey show, guys, but this is way too crazy to not bring up. And so again, we'll talk about some other stuff. There's been some news in the Utah hockey universe that we'll discuss here. But again, this was way too outrageous.
Yes.
And I was saying to you, Sam, before we started recording this, I do love John Oliver a lot. I have been a fan of Last Week Tonight for years. Again, this is very much inspired by Last Week Tonight in a big way. But I draw the line at trademark infringement.
Yeah.
I really do. That is where I cannot put up with this. I will not tolerate the reckless use of my hard-earned, my trademark protected expression, Big Tusk Energy, used so casually, and with no monetary compensation for me, I might say. So anyway, I'll just say this to the Moon Mammoths, the Erie Seawolves. I noticed on your website right here, you have some stuff for sale. By the way, it looks awesome, by the way. If you want to float me one of those hats, you're more than welcome to, Erie Seawolves. The Moon Mammoth stuff looks great. I did notice that on one of your shirts, it reads Tusked Up. And I don't know. I have a feeling that maybe the Utah Mammoth might not appreciate you selling merchandise that says Tusked Up. I have a Tusked Up t-shirt. So if you are in need of a different expression to print on a t-shirt, perhaps Big Tusk Energy.
Yeah,
give
you
me
could collab.
And perhaps we could collaborate. Yeah, all I would ask would be for just a small royalty of the expression. But again, I cannot let this stand, Sam. I cannot let this just go unnoticed. Someone texted me this this morning. They're like, John Oliver stole your slogan. You know that? So again, I can't believe one of my heroes would do this to me. And so this is what I'm going to do, Sam. I'm going to need your help right here. Okay. So
Okay.
I would like to hereby challenge John Oliver to a tusk measuring contest.
Okay.
And I mean it. I mean business, all right? So we're going to find out who really has Big Tusk Energy. So, Sam, I'm going to invite you to come over right now. Come over here right now. You're across the room. Make the trek from across the room. I'm going to present a tusk. This is the tusked up expression right here. I would like you to measure my tusk from point to point. Hey guys, let me interrupt real quick. I just want to remind you that we have this incredible giveaway that we've been doing for quite a while now with Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers and Jonathan's Jewelry. It's unbelievable. It's out of sight. You're never going to see a giveaway like this. It's the easiest sweepstakes you'll ever be a part of. All you got to do is scan this QR code right here. You'll be prompted to send a message to enter into a raffle for a $250 gift card. And hey, what's best, even if you don't win, you can still take advantage of our wonderful partnership by going to either one of these locations: Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers at Trolley Square, Jonathan's Jewelry up in Cottonwood Heights. Just mention SLC Puck. They'll knock $100 off your purchase. So big thanks to Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers and Jonathan's Jewelry for their support of SLC Puck and Utah hockey fans alike. And let's get back to the show. Don't get the fingernail.
Are almost right at 9.5.
9.5. 9.5 inch tusk length. John Oliver, I'm putting you on notice. You have 72 hours to measure your tusk and present a video where we can compare tusk sizes. Winner gets the Big Tusk Energy trademark and all royalties associated with such. Okay.
You have a little bit of confidence.
I know what I'm packing.
Okay.
I know I've got Big Tusk Energy. So anyway, I could not. We have a lot to talk about, Sam.
Yes.
There's a big story developing in the Utah hockey universe, but this was way too much. This was way too funny and way too incredible to not bring up. So
For sure.
anyway, congrats to John Oliver and the Moon Mammoth on their successful rebranding
Moon
launch.
Mammoths.
The Moon Mammoths, excuse me. And we'll see who really has Big Tusk Energy in the end. But Sam, we're going to change the mood here. We're going to talk about something a little more somber here, okay? It's actually kind of a sad day in the Utah hockey universe. We don't have a lot to talk about as it relates to the actual Utah Mammoth this week. I think maybe they released the schedule. The tickets are for sale now. So I think next episode we'll get into like 5 can't miss games, let's say, for the Utah Mammoth next season. But there's something's going to happen on Tuesday that I think is going to, I don't know, reverberate, you might say, or create a somewhat of a ripple effect, or like, you know, maybe be a domino effect, to be a way to put it. Like it's going to have a chain reaction in hockey news here in the state for the next few years here. So, I mean, we had great reporting from Fox 13 by Ben Winslow, and I'll just read the start of the story here. Documents obtained by Fox 13 News show that, as expected, the Utah Grizzlies will likely be sold to new owners and relocate from the state after the season. A copy of a resolution being presented to West Valley City Council next week asking for approval of the sale of the team to Pro Hockey Partners LLC was obtained by Fox 13 News. West Valley City has to approve any sale because they're a minority shareholder in the team. And then right here, they make it clear. The vote on Tuesday, and this was reported on the 17th, so this week, Tuesday, the 22nd, this will go into effect. The vote on Tuesday is consent for a sale. That's pretty much all we're willing to disclose at this point. Asked specifically if the team is staying here, Adam Carroll, West Valley City's director of asset optimization, told Fox 13 the club will not be at the Maverik Center. So kind of here we go. I mean,
a little vague.
It's vague. It's like it's a scripted answer, but I think like you can read between the lines here. Like the Grizzlies are gone. They are skating out of town. It was announced, I think, last month that they were, exploring possibility for a team. They had a really tough run of news in the last, over the summer. I think their longtime president, Kevin Bruder, passed away. And then they announced that they were selling the team, and now it's like coming to a head.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, they're skating out of town, leaving the Maverik Center. It seems like the front runner from what we've read and heard about from some insiders is that the team will be moving to Trenton, New Jersey, which is like, listen, you know, is that, I don't know if I have any listeners who are in New Jersey, and I don't want to insult them because I'm afraid they're going to pull like a Goodfellas style mafia hit on me. Cause that's I just assume everybody in New Jersey is somehow mob connected, but I think that's probably a little bit of a step down from the Salt Lake Valley, I would assume, Trenton, New Jersey. So, anyway, and I've talked to people, associated with the team who have been associated with the team. It does seem to be pretty much a done deal that the Grizzlies will be leaving the Maverik Center and the state of Utah after this year, and it's really a shame. Like the Grizzlies are like an institution here in Utah. They moved here before the 1995, 1996 season, after winning the American Hockey League championship in Denver the year before. They won their first year in Utah. They repeated as Turner Cup champions. I know that because I did an episode on Utah's year one champs. Yeah. Almost exactly at this point last year about the Grizzlies. You know, I don't know if you remember this about my childhood, Sam, but they had that commemorative VHS.
You mentioned this before.
It was like the championship, recap of the season. I'm sure they just gave it to season ticket holders and like never expected anybody to be watching it 30 years later. I found I found the whole thing on YouTube and I watched it. But anyway, when I was little, like it was one of like our key pieces of hockey media we had in the house. Like we had the Mighty Ducks movies that I watched endlessly. The other thing I really watched was this video of the Utah Grizzlies winning the minor league hockey championship that year. So the Grizzlies for me were like kind of like a big entry point into hockey. I have some Grizzlies stuff here in the studio. Look, I got Grisby right here next to me. I have memories of going to Grizzlies games and doing the Chuckarama. See how it's all connected here. The Chuckarama. Chuck-a-puck, where you try to throw the puck as whoever gets it closest to center ice. I guess wins a gift card from Chuckarama.
Was it a Chuckarama gift card?
They were the presenting sponsor. That's all I remember. So it's really, it's kind of like tough to see that the Grizzlies are leaving because they have like a great audience of people like I don't know if you knew this, Sam, but there's like some fan pages for the Grizzlies on Facebook that are absolutely wild. Like they have some crazy diehards who really love the team. I remember going, when I think Dad covered the Grizzlies for a little bit. My dad was a sports writer at the Desert News. I think the Grizzlies were his beat for a little bit. And I remember, he'd take me to games and the place was rocking some nights just out there in West Valley. It's the working class part of town. The tickets and beer were probably pretty cheap. The cowbells were going off like crazy. The Maverik Center itself has like such a special place in hockey history. That's where that's where the majority of the 2002 Olympic Games were played, including the gold medal with the Lucky Looney at center. We've been talking about this forever. Like hockey at the Maverik Center is like such a huge part of the hockey history and the hockey story here in Utah. So to hear that it's leaving for the time being is like it's a little emotional.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess my most recent experience at the Grizzlies was the game that we went to this last season, and it was kind of sad. It was,
probably not what it once was. Yeah.
It wasn't really the cowbells ringing, the loud, it was pretty quiet there, and I think it was a weekday, so I mean that could have made a difference, but it was pretty quiet. And
I found this really interesting. Like I really thought the Grizzlies were going to have a huge year this last year with just the surge of interest in hockey. Their attendance was actually lower this last year than it was the year before, which I found pretty interesting. I think the fact that the Utah Hockey Club had those $10 seats,
that made a
and the cheap concessions probably didn't help, I'm guessing. But I mean, it's basically like Tuesday. It's going to be official. Like the Grizzlies are leaving. So again, it just coincides with 30 years here in Utah, and I'm interested in seeing like what they do to celebrate. If they how they send them off to New Jersey and with a great swan song of a season. I don't know if I want to disclose all the details about this yet, but I've actually been in contact with the Grizzlies about ways that we here at SLC Puck can partner and create some good stuff here for the Utah hockey community. But I mean, like the history is just incredible. I mean, there's so many great players who have played for the Grizzlies on their way up to the NHL, and even while they're in the NHL, you might say like Trevor Lewis played with Utah with the Grizzlies, and there's been different versions of the Grizzlies. I should say there was an IHL version, there was an American Hockey League version which folded, and then the team came back as an ECHL franchise called the Utah Grizzlies. So there's been a few different iterations of the Grizzlies over the years. Trevor Lewis, like I was saying, most successful Utah homegrown, not necessarily homegrown. He left the state for a little bit, but Utah born NHL talent. He played with the Grizzlies during the lockout in 2012, 2013. Mike Smith, goaltender at the Oilers. He was with the Grizz early 2000s. And just the list here goes on here, and this is on the Grizzlies team website.
It's like a pretty long list.
It's a very decent list. Here's one name that jumps off right here: Eric Baudouin. I think that's Cole Baudouin's uncle. Played with the Grizzlies at one point. So there's another connection there to future Mammoth stars, right? Yes. Todd Bertuzzi, that's a huge name. Andy Brickley, obviously he's Brickley's a huge hockey name here in Utah. Anson Carter played for the Grizzlies. That's an enormous name as well. Just here looking at some more. Gordonine has his number retired. More great names here. Steve Gainey, I definitely remember that one from when Dad was covering the team. I mean, again, so many great ones. I do hear that humming, by the way, that you were mentioning. So hopefully the audio on this isn't too hard to deal with. Sheldon Keefe, was the head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs for quite a while. He's now the head coach of the New Jersey Devils. He played with the Grizzlies in 04, 05. More names here. Trevor Lewis, like we said. Just find some more here. Jamie McLennan, Noodles. He was on Nashcast with us a few times. Brad Miller, not the one who played for the Sacramento Kings, but a different Brad Miller. Scott Niedermeyer, this one's kind of an interesting one. He played just a short stint with the Grizzlies. While he was in the middle of his NHL career, he was having a contract dispute with the New Jersey Devils. And so he didn't start the year with he was an established NHL player, but he couldn't work out his contract with them. So he signed with the Grizzlies, played with them for like a month, was like clearly the best player on the team. But apparently, and it's funny, I found this old story that Dad wrote about him back in the day. So Scott Niedermeyer, little stint with the Grizzlies. Steve Ott, who is a coach in the NHL as well. I think he's an assistant coach with the Blues. Who, by the way, are coached by, sorry, the name is escaping me. Who's the head coach of the Blues? Again, I do Jim Montgomery. That name just came back to me. He's a former Grizzlies guy as well. Again, so many other great names here. Just looking at this. Ray Whitney, we've also had on Nashcast, and I think could have a big role with the Utah Mammoth in years to come. But again, and we'll see more on that in the future. That's kind of been a rumor, but again, it's like it's somber, right? That the Grizzlies are leaving.
A little bittersweet though, because I mean, you said there's like a ripple effect.
Yes,
so there could be.
Thank you for bringing that up, Sam. Thank you. We're going to close the loop on that because there was also some big reporting here that kind of. I think maybe has been overlooked here, but I think it could impact the future for the Maverik Center. This was reported by KUTV on June 25th. Maverik Center undergoing major renovation as the Grizzlies face uncertain future. This was right after they announced that they were going to sell the team. But the arena is owned by West Valley, and they're going to put a lot of money into renovating it because, like you said, it was a little sad when we went there. The seats suck. The seats are absolutely insanely difficult to sit in. But it looks like, you know, there's going to be a renovation on the building, which would include a new roof, upgraded concessions, much needed, completely replaced seating, even more needed, even more necessary, renovated suites and bathrooms. That's great. Back-end infrastructure improvements. So they really need to make this building tip-top because it's like a really crucial part of the economy in West Valley, like all those businesses in that area, the Chili's, the break, the penalty box, you know, they all depend on events at West Valley, including hockey games. Yeah. So, Sam, this is just a theory, okay? And just to make it clear, I always got to have it at arm's length, just in case. Because it's not Big Tusk Energy to spread misinformation. We have to be responsible and wear hats when we give our theories. I truly believe that this renovation will have something to do with a sell of the building to an ownership group with deep pockets that is investing heavily in hockey in Utah. This is just a theory of mine. Yes. But if I had a crystal ball and I was looking into it, I would say, wow, a shiny new building. It's ready to sell to somebody who has big plans for it. And maybe who's already a partial tenant in it. You know, there's a basketball team that plays there, the Salt Lake City Stars. It would probably make sense to bring back minor league hockey to that building, make it an accessible, affordable option for people who may not afford to go to NHL games. Yep. And, you know, maybe have that be an affiliate to the Utah Mammoth. So connect the dots there if needed. If you need me to spell it out for you, I will. But I think maybe in a few years, may not happen right away. It might not be like an easy, you know, handoff into the next era of hockey at the Maverik Center. But I really do think it's not the end for hockey at the Maverik Center. And I think we'll see it come back in some way with some affiliation to the Utah Mammoth.
I would agree. I mean, got rid of the shares of RSL recently. You know,
this ownership group
seems like the focus is going to shift
to hockey,
mostly to hockey and basketball, and you know, having the affiliate of the Jazz, it makes sense. I
think it does. And if I was this person and I had, you know, a lot of money, a lot of flat brim hats, a lot of sneakers in my office, would be the direction I would go in. If I was playing it like a video game.
Yes.
I do love playing video games. That's the direction I would go. So anyway, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how more news develops here this week, but we know we can expect something to happen on Tuesday. We think it's going to be a sell of the team to a different ownership group that's going to move them out of the state. So we'll keep you posted on that, but just expect that to happen this week. Again, we'll get back to more Utah Mammoth talk. Sorry we had to take a break to, you know, address.
They were hinting the other day that the boys are going to be back soon. Did you see that on their social media?
On the Grizzlies?
No, on the Mammoth.
Oh, on the Mammoth. Yeah, well, training camp's coming up, you know. Yep. Yeah, training camp's coming up. You know, they're gonna be out in the back.
Vamelka is not back yet, according to his Instagram story this morning, just so you all know.
Thank you for keeping us abreast of this, Samantha. I know you're constantly monitoring Corel activities, so we appreciate that. Well, I mean, Mammoth Week is coming up for the team as well, so you know, I think there's gonna be some involvement in that as well. So anyway, we appreciate you guys for tuning in to another exhilarating episode of SLC Puck. John Oliver, you're on notice. Send your Tusk measurements our way. We'll see who really has Big Tusk Energy. Head to bigtuskenergy.com, get some merch, support the show. It's a great way to do it. And follow me. Social media, SLC Puck on all platforms. And like, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.